Once we pass the age of 50, our bodies start talking to us in a whole new way. Gone are the days in our 20s when we could stay up late, wake up early, eat whatever we wanted, and feel just fine. Now, just one sleepless night or a poor meal can leave us feeling drained all day. In over 30 years as a doctor, I've met hundreds, even thousands of patients. And one thing I've learned is this: health after middle age is like a garden. If you don't tend to it daily, weeds grow fast. I remember a patient named George. He's 72 years old. He came to see me looking tired, saying that even a few minutes of walking made his heart race and his legs ache. "Doc," he asked, "I used to be a basketball player when I was young. How did I become so weak?" His eyes were full of worry and a touch of sadness. I sat down, put a hand on his shoulder, and said, "George, age isn't your enemy. It's a friend reminding you to live differently. Have you ever felt that way? One day your body stops cooperating, and you ask yourself, am I really getting old?" The first thing I want to emphasize is this: our bodies can still heal and get stronger, even at 50, 60, or 70. Science shows us that muscles can grow, hearts can get stronger, and memory can stay sharp if we take care of ourselves. I once saw an 80-year-old woman start lightweight training with a coach. After just 6 months, she could carry her own grocery bags, something she needed help with before. So where's the key? One of the biggest secrets is nutrition. The food we eat each day is like the bricks that build the house of our health. But here's an interesting fact. Many people think eggs are the best protein source, and they are good, but there are other options that are even better for maintaining muscle and energy, and not everyone knows this. Picture this. You're making breakfast instead of just frying an egg. You add some Greek yogurt, a handful of pumpkin seeds, maybe a bit of quinoa, with just a few small tweaks. Your meal becomes not only delicious, but packed with protein, minerals, and lasting energy. I know, health advice can sometimes feel distant or hard to follow, but the truth is, it often starts with very simple things. Another patient of mine, Linda, 65, once believed it was too late to improve her health. But after I guided her through small changes, swapping soda for water, adding lentils and salmon a few times a week, getting proper sleep, she came back 3 months later beaming, "Doctor, I feel 10 years younger. Wouldn't you want to feel that way too?" To feel light, full of energy, ready to enjoy your later years instead of fearing them? I believe we all want that. And the good news? Modern science has given us a clearer path than ever before. Let me share something I always tell my patients. Aging isn't the end. It's just a new chapter in your life story. This chapter asks us to write differently, slower, deeper. But it can be even more beautiful if we choose the right words, the right pace. It's the same with our bodies. If we choose the right foods and habits, our 60s and 70s can be the most vibrant time of all. So in this video, I want to take you on a little journey to explore the kinds of food, especially protein sources, that can help you stay strong, flexible, and mentally sharp, maybe even more than when you were young. Some of these foods might already be sitting right in your kitchen, and when you know how to use them, they can become your silent allies, helping you stay healthy, active, and joyful for many more years, with your grandchildren, your loved ones, and the life you cherish. Are you ready to discover them with me? When it comes to protein, most of us immediately think of eggs. I used to recommend eggs daily to many of my patients because they are indeed a wonderful source of nutrition. But what many people don't realize is that there are other foods not just equal, but sometimes even better than eggs, when it comes to nourishing the body, especially after 50. Let me share a few examples. I remember one of my patients, Mary, age 68, who came in with muscle loss and weak bones. She told me she drank milk regularly and ate eggs every day, but her health was still declining. I suggested she try adding Greek yogurt to her breakfast routine. At first, she hesitated, thinking, "It's just yogurt. What difference could it make?" But after a few months, she came back surprised. Her weight had stabilized, her muscles felt firmer, and her digestion was lighter. The magic was in the Greek yogurt. It's rich in casein, a slow-digesting protein that nourishes muscles overnight. And it also provides probiotics that support gut health, something age often takes away from us. Another food I really love is lentils. They may sound humble, but in just 1 cup you get about 18 grams of protein, plus folate, magnesium, and fiber. I once worked with a 74-year-old gentleman who started adding lentils to his lunch a few times a week. Over time, his blood sugar became more stable. He smiled and told me, "Doctor, I feel like I've been recharged." Have you ever felt that way? When your body suddenly feels full of energy because of one small change in your diet? And then there's quinoa. It might sound trendy, but it's actually an ancient food of the Incas. Quinoa contains all 9 essential amino acids, something most grains don't offer. It's also rich in magnesium and zinc, minerals that help regulate blood pressure and support memory. One of my patients, a 63-year-old woman, used to complain of fatigue and forgetfulness. I suggested she swap white rice for quinoa a few times a week. 3 months later, she came back, held my hand, and said, "I feel so much clearer." Science can explain this. It's the combination of complete protein and essential minerals in this tiny grain. And of course, we can't forget salmon. Many patients ask me, "Doctor, is salmon really that good?" I usually smile and reply, if there's one food that's good for your heart, your brain, and your joints, it's salmon. Beyond being packed with high-quality protein, salmon is rich in omega-3s, the healthy fats that reduce inflammation and protect the brain. I once advised an elderly couple, both in their 70s, to replace red meat with grilled salmon a few times a week. After a year, their heart test results improved significantly, their bad cholesterol dropped, and they said even walking around felt much lighter. Sometimes you don't have to look far. A handful of pumpkin seeds is a treasure in itself. Besides protein, they're packed with magnesium and zinc, 2 nutrients essential for sleep and nervous system health. I'll never forget James, age 66, who struggled with chronic insomnia. I suggested he try a small serving of lightly roasted pumpkin seeds in the evening. Just a few weeks later, he returned and said, "Doctor, for the first time in years, I slept straight through the night." Often, health isn't found in expensive treatments, but in the tiny seeds sitting in your snack bowl. For those who like simplicity, whey protein is another great option. While it's popular among athletes, I often recommend it to older patients as well. Whey is especially rich in leucine, an amino acid that helps fight age-related muscle loss. A morning smoothie with whey and a bit of fruit can give you lasting energy all day without making you feel heavy. And don't forget hemp seeds. They contain all 9 essential amino acids and are also high in omega-3s, which help ease joint inflammation. I once saw a 70-year-old woman who started adding hemp seeds to her morning oatmeal. After just a few months, she noticed her knee pain had eased significantly. She told me, "Doctor, I can go back to tending my garden again." All these foods may sound like a lot, but you don't have to eat them all in one day. Think of them as building blocks, each one adding to the foundation of your health. One day it might be Greek yogurt, another day lentils, or simply a handful of pumpkin seeds. What matters most is consistency and balance. I want you to remember this. Your body after 50 is not the same as it once was, but it still listens to you. Every meal, every night of sleep, every bit of movement, it's all part of an ongoing conversation between you and your body. And when you choose the right foods, your body answers back with strength, resilience, and joy. My friend, after all the stories, the scientific evidence, and the real-life examples, I want you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, what signals is my body sending me? When your legs start to feel heavier than before, when your arms lose some of their strength, or when your sleep becomes restless, that is not the end. It's simply a gentle reminder that says, it's time to care for yourself in a new way. In over 30 years of working with patients over 50, I've learned one important truth: age is not the thief of health, neglect is. And change often begins with something very small. Adding a spoonful of hemp seeds to your oatmeal, swapping one red meat meal for salmon, or enjoying half a cup of Greek yogurt before bed. Have you ever noticed that when we care for a plant in the garden, just a little water, a little sunlight, it springs back to life? We are no different. We don't need giant leaps, just steady choices day after day. An elderly gentleman once told me after regaining his strength that, I'm not trying to go back to 30. I just want to fully enjoy 80, with steady legs and a happy heart. I believe that's the goal we can all aim for. Not to fight against time, but to walk alongside it, while keeping the fire in our hearts burning bright. I want you to imagine waking up one morning, standing up without knee pain, stepping down the porch without holding onto the railing, opening the door with your own hands, and taking a deep breath of fresh air. That is the reward of the choices you start making today. So don't wait for a miracle. The miracle is already here. In the lentils in your soup, in the whey protein after your walk, in the grilled salmon you share with your family. If today's message was helpful to you, leave me a comment below. Your age, and the type of protein you'd like to try this week. I'd love to hear your story because who knows? Your story might inspire someone else out there. And if you'd like to keep receiving health insights that are simple, practical, and easy to apply, hit the subscribe button. Every week I'll be here, in front of this camera, talking with you, as if two old friends were sitting together in a quiet cafe, sharing the secrets of staying strong and fulfilled in our later years. Age does not take away your strength. It gives you a new opportunity, an opportunity to listen, to love, and to nourish your body with good things. And remember, you are not just eating to survive. You are eating to live strong, to live clear, and to live fully, worthy of every single day you still have. I wish you steadiness, health, and peace on your journey.